everyone, and welcome to Level Up Your English with Kathleen Elise. Today we're taking a walk through the student portal of the 5 Days to Better English Fluency live launch workshop coming up on February 5th. So you'll see inside the workshop and what we're going to cover, as well as what to expect and how everything works. There's no surprises here because I want you to be confident that you'll come away with solid information that you can use right away to improve your fluency in the language of English. So don't miss a moment of our time together. Then go register for the workshop. The link is in the comments and in the Linktree link in my bio. Hello everyone, this is Kathleen at Kathleen Elise, and I'm here to welcome you to the walkthrough of the live launch student portal for my 5 Days to Better English Fluency course. So initially, this is actually going to be an email course. So to celebrate the launch of this course, I am offering it for free as a live launch workshop. So, and the reason I'm doing this is because I've been through several webinars lately, and many of them have been a waste of my time, and I want to make sure that I'm not wasting your time. Now, I was born and raised that you don't waste someone's time. It's not fair. You can waste your own time, but don't you dare waste anyone else's time. And in addition to that, as an American, we don't like our time wasted. And so I'm here to walk you through the course so that you can see that this is not a waste of time. So this is the walkthrough of the email course. We're going to do it live. We're going to do it together, and we're going to do it over 5 days with a graduation ceremony on day 6. So right here on the student dashboard, you see that you will see this email course here, because as someone who's going through the live launch workshop, I'm giving you the email course as well. Now, you're going to see that all of these videos and all of the course materials are available to you for life. As long as the course is up and running, you've got access to it. As long as, I'm still doing this business, you've got access to all the stuff here. So you're getting the email course, which will be a paid course once this launch is over. But right now you're also getting the live stuff. So this is what you'll see on your website, on your student portal. Now, parts of this are still going to be built out because I will upload the videos after each time, after each live. So then you'll have all the videos, and then other parts of it you'll see. I can't possibly build them out yet because things haven't happened yet. So, all right. So this is where you're going to click when you come into class. So here's your portal. Actually, I might need to put my glasses on. I don't like wearing them because of the glare, and it's hard to focus on the screen when all you see is the glare in my glasses. However, so here you're going to have your progress bar, so you're going to see how far along you are, and it's broken out into each of the days, and each day has 4 lessons. And then within that, in addition to that, this is where you're going to come to for questions and resources. Then we're going to talk about these other pages, the community page, and then the events and happenings. So we'll get into that in a minute. So let's look at day 1 here. So you're going to click on day 1. Now, again, because these are mostly video-based, then they're not fully built out yet. So I'm not going to bother going in here, but we'll just do this one. So here is this is how you know where you are. And then here will be the description of what went on that day. Again, because it's a live class, I want to, I'll be building it out with what actually went on that day. And then here's where you'll download your workbook. Now, the workbook is a big workbook, and each day has a ton of stuff to do. So it's not just, it's so many of the workbooks that I have received for workshops, they're just fill in the blanks. You watch the thing and you fill in the blank. You're intelligent. You have your own way of learning. So I've built it so that you can take notes. There are there's previews of what you're going to learn. There's summaries of what you did learn. There's exercises for you to do. There's plenty of space for you to take notes and brainstorm and things like that. There's challenges that are going to be in here. So this is an actual workbook. This is not just a fill in the blank cute little way of taking notes. So this is serious work here. So first day, we're going to talk about housekeeping, where things are, give you a look around. But again, I'm trying to take care of this ahead of time through this video so that we don't have to waste our learning time on getting familiar with things. So this is where you'll find the video and all the stuff on the first part of the housekeeping. What are the rules, how things run, how things work. So, and actually, why don't I just tell you that right now? So on day one, we're going to come in, we're going to get to know each other a little bit. You're going to need to know a little bit about me, but if you've been watching my social media, you will know enough about me to not have to go into depth. So, but I will give you the relevant parts of why I do what I do and why I do it for you. Then we're going to go into pillar 1. And so the 4 pillars of 360-degree fluency in English, which is my proprietary way of teaching. The 4 pillars are speaking English, writing English, business English, and social English. And I've designed them in that order for a specific reason. So, and that's all stuff that we're going to go get into in the course. But so you'll get that introduction to the speaking English pillar. And we're going to move into the sounds of English and the fine art of pronunciation. Pronunciation is critical. So we're going to spend good time on that, helping you to overcome some of your difficulties and hurdles in pronunciation. And we're going to do a lot of practice. So this is actual hands-on practice with making the sounds correctly, not just good enough. Okay. Good enough is not okay. If you're in my class, good enough is not okay. Good enough is a good start, but it's not going to get you where you want. Okay. All right. So then we're going to move on to the wonder of words. And this is all about introducing you to the incredible richness that the English language holds in its ability to really get down deep into our feelings and emotions and explaining things and describing things and bringing out the beauty of things. And there's just so much you can do with words in English. I've said this in many places that English is a low contextual language, meaning that it does not rely on context to deliver its message. There are many languages out there that one word means many different things depending on the situation that you're in. Well, English has many words for one concept, and those many words look at that concept from a 360-degree viewpoint. So each word describes a different aspect of that thought, that feeling, that concept. And so every time, if you use a different word, it changes the view, and therefore it can potentially change your message for good or for bad. So we're going to explore that. And then we're going to work on building our vocabulary habit. And we're going to go beyond just adding words to our list. So we're going to work on really, how do you dig deep? I call it a vocabulary safari. We're going to go on safari. We're going to discover all the bits and pieces of this word. And it's just going to be, you'll be amazed at how well you then begin to really understand the vocabulary that you're learning. You're going to assimilate it. You're not just going to shove it in your head and memorize it. You're really going to make it a part of you. That's what we're going to be working on day one. So you can see we've got a lot of work ahead of us. So day two, and I'm just going to interject here. So this whole email course, this whole live launch workshop is in fact a glimpse of what you're going to get when I launch my ACE English Fluency Academy. So these are just the highlights of that academy, which is a 12-week course, and I'll go into that. That's the offer that I'm going to be making. And I tell people that I'm sure people will tell me I'm doing the wrong thing by announcing it now, but I feel it's important for you to know that there will be an offer made and what it's all about, because I deliberately designed this email course and this live workshop to give you that taste of what it's like to go through the academy, English Fluency Academy. So it's not simply about learning grammar and punctuation. It's about giving you all of that extra stuff, that behind the scenes stuff about the English language that you just don't get anywhere. So I'm giving you all the stuff that is going to truly make you fluent, take you beyond the proficiency. You might be getting, 100% on all of your different official language tests and, language fluency tests, things that say, oh, you're at this level or that level. I'm here to give you all of the stuff that is really going to help you understand not only the English language, but the language of the English people, the language of English. So you'll see what I mean in a minute. And that's where all these pillars are developed from and boiled down into. So day two is all about writing English. And so we're going to learn about, okay, what is writing and how does it work? We're going to deal with punctuation and show you really how it helps you to not only read the sentence, but get into the mind of the person who wrote it and what they're trying to say to you, the feelings and emotions. We're going to get into getting your thoughts from your head out onto paper. How can you write better? We're going to help you write better. And then we're going to this says Introduction to the Pillar Project. So in the Academy, we have pillar projects, but here and I'm going to change this, but here in this live launch workshop and in the email course, there are challenges that I give you. They're 30-day challenges. And so we'll introduce you to them and get you started on some of them. In this live launch workshop, you get them included. If you buy the email course afterwards, those will be upgrades. So you can pick the ones that you want to do. So that's day two. Again, we have a lot of work to do. Day three is all on business English, which is the third pillar. And we're going to look at the cultural. We're going to start looking at just an overview of the American particular, the American business culture. And then we're going to go into how did it develop into what it is today. And again, a focus on the American business culture because I'm an American. That's what I know. And then we're going to break it down into the internal culture, which is, life inside the office. How do you work within the office and interact and what's expected of you, things like that. And then the external culture is how do you do business with Americans and what is expected, and outside of the office, what do you do? Okay, so we're going to be going into all of that. And then on day 4, we're going to talk about the 4th pillar, which is social English. How do Americans socialize? Now, many of the concepts of socializing, they're universal. They're absolutely universal. But again, we're going to go into how did the way Americans in particular socialize? How did the way we socialize develop? Why do we have these certain traditions and holidays and celebrations? And why is it that we, do things the way that we do? So we're going to break it down into family and friends, formal events and informal events. So, again, this is all the behind the scenes stuff that nobody tells you about, but that is really critical in understanding the people whose language you're trying to learn. If it's great if you know the words and you know how to put them together, and you can put them together on an elevated and in a sophisticated manner. But if you don't know how they're going to receive it or how people expect to receive it in different situations, what those rules are, then you're still going to miss your message. It won't be communicated properly. And that's what fluency is. It's all about taking your knowledge of your culture and your thoughts and ideas from your cultural viewpoint and your personal viewpoint, and being able to fluidly transition into projecting and transmitting those thoughts and ideas in a way that another culture is going to understand and be able to receive. So that's what fluency is all about, that fluid movement between cultures where you understand, where one understands the other. Okay, so that's what we're here for. All right, so that's day 4, and then day 5 is all about, we're going to review what we've talked about, and we're going to handle all sorts of questions. And then I'm going to tell you about the academy and give you all that stuff. And I'm just going to introduce you to it. I'll show you the offer, but then we're going to take ourselves offline. We're going to take ourselves out of the class, and then we're going to give time. So all this time up here for the workshop Q&A, all of this happens within our normal workshop time. The time that I've set aside specifically to work on the program, the I just lost my words, to work on the coursework. Then we're going to take ourselves offline, and then we're going to deal with questions about the offer and the launch and the academy. So they're separate things. They just happen to be held on the same day. It's just so important to me to not take up class time for a sales pitch. And there is a product offered, the ACE Fluency Academy, but no, please no, I am here to answer your questions about the course. So there's going to be separate, they're just going to be separate, even though they piggyback on each other, okay? And that just is so important for me to know that I've explained that to you. And again, people might tell me I'm doing it wrong, but life's tough. I'd rather do it wrong and have you be satisfied and happy than, do it right and have you go away feeling badly, as I have from so many. Like, oh, you only care about my money. I don't. That's when we're in class, I care about the classwork. Okay, the other thing is separate. All right, so day 6 is so this again, the Pillar Projects presentation. This is where you would normally, we would have it's kind of like your final exam or your dissertation kind of a thing. But in the case of this live launch workshop, it's going to be, you're going to share with me your challenge results so far. We're going to talk about the challenge, the official challenges. There's a vocabulary building challenge and several others. So we're going to talk about those, where you stand, answer your questions, how you feel, how have they helped you. We're really going to go into that, and then we're just going to have fun. There'll be a graduation ceremony. You'll get your diplomas, and then we'll just have fun talking and recapping and getting to know each other, because this is not just a simple course that's over in 5 or 6 days for you. The point of this is to build a community of people who are seriously interested in really understanding the American English culture and English culture in general. But again, I'm an American, so the American culture. So we'll talk about, this is where there'll be a video that will give you an introduction to the community, where you're going to find things, how it works. This individual highlight section is going to be all about people's victories and things that they've, whether it's a little one, whether you've been struggling for weeks or months trying to figure out this concept of the English language, or whatever it is. For example, say you've been having difficulty writing emails at work, and you finally were able to write one comfortably, easily, and people understood you. That's a victory. And this is where we're going to share them in this individual highlights thing. And then the individual projects, again, is where we'll put the pillar projects. If you want to share yours, you can put it in here, and the challenges and things like that. This is where they'll all be. And here's the questions for Kathleen. Now, this is where you're going to ask me the question. So there'll be a form here. If you have a question to ask me, put it in the form, and depending on when you submit it, if you submit it during the workshop time, I will do my very best to make sure that it's answered within the workshop framework. And if not, then what you'll do is you'll come here to, where is it? You'll come here to the frequently asked questions and resources, the help center, and here will be video responses that I will have made to the questions that I receive. So you'll have that response from me. I'll do it on camera. Everyone who's has access to this section will be able to get these answers as well. So if you have questions, come here to see if it's been asked and answered already. And if it hasn't, then you go to the form, questions for Kathleen, fill that out, and I'll get them answered for you. And so here, in this next section, these are my go-to resources. I don't tend to have affiliates. If I like it, I just want to share it. It doesn't matter if it's monetized or not for me. So this is where you're going to find my go-to resources, the stuff I use all the time. As far as, English is so complicated that there's books and books written on it. And so these are the books I go to all the time. The dictionaries that I use, the punctuation and grammar rules books that I use, all sorts of things. Those are here. If I have an affiliate product, it will go here. And just know that I don't just sign up for affiliate things randomly just to pile on the earnings potential. I only affiliate myself with products I truly believe in. So, if it's here, then I've had a really great experience with the product or the people behind it. And so this is where you'll find it. And then the only other thing is, just real quick, the community page, I actually want to include a link to there. You'll have a link to our Discord community. Now, Discord is it's pretty much a chat community, but there's a video conferencing aspect to it, so we can do live calls and, just special events and meetups and things like that. So all of that will be happening on my Discord channel, and there'll be private sections of that channel for you who have attended this live launch workshop. Okay, so that's where the community will be built, and I'll put a link in there as well. And then the only other thing here is again, the events and happenings. So here's your calendar, is where I'll put when things are happening, etc., and all the details there. And then I will be starting a conversation club, and that will be part of the offer. It will also be its own separate thing, but this is where you'll get all the information on the meetings there. So that pretty much sums everything up, or gives you the walkthrough of everything that you're going to get in this free 5-day course, live course. So let me know if you have any questions. The sign up is easy. This preview doesn't let me show you the account thing, but the sign up is easy. Once you register for the course, you'll be sent a thing, and you can log in and set up your own password, things like that. Yeah, so that's easy enough. And then you will see, this will eventually show up for you. This will definitely show up for you. But both of these you're going to get as part of signing up for the live launch workshop. Okay. All right. And also too, there's, because you've taken the chance and you've invested in yourself by registering for the free workshop, you'll also be put on the list for special offers and special discounts on future offerings as well. So, all right. I hope that answers all your questions for now. And if it doesn't, send me an email the word at Kathleen Elise, so ATChathleenElise @gmail.com, and just put, live launch questions or something like that as the subject, so it pops out at me. Ask me on social media. Again, at Kathleen Elise is my handle. Instagram is where I spend the most time, but wherever you are, let me know. And I think that covers everything. And I'll be popping in even more. So up until the thing. So this workshop starts on February 5th. It's an hour a day at noon every day. And we'll go from there. Okay. So I hope to see you in the program. I can't wait to meet you. All right. You have a great day. Bye-bye.